Tonight, we're talking about something most churches never explain. Not angels, not demons, but beings the Bible quietly mentions and then moves past. They're called the Watchers. And if you read the text carefully, they don't behave like angels at all. Most people assume heaven is simple. God at the top, angels below him, humans at the bottom. But the Bible never actually says that's the full structure. In fact, it hints that other intelligences existed before humanity, beings who watched creation happen, instead of being born into it. In the book of Job, it says the sons of God shouted for joy when the foundations of the earth were laid. Think about that. Adam didn't exist yet. No humans existed yet. But these beings were already present. Observing God build reality. That alone tells us something important. They were pre-human. Angels, in Scripture, are active. They move fast. They fight. They deliver messages. They defend territory. They're soldiers, messengers, enforcers. Watchers are different. They don't deliver messages. They don't fight battles. They observe, they oversee, they study. The name itself tells you their function. They weren't created to intervene. They were created to watch. Genesis 6 introduces a strange phrase, the sons of God. In Hebrew, Bena Elohim. Everywhere else that phrase appears, it refers to divine beings, not humans. So what if sons of God wasn't a poetic title, but a classification, a created order, a civilization of non-human intelligences, made by God before humanity ever existed? When these beings interacted with humans, ancient people didn't have language for what they were seeing. They didn't say extraterrestrial. They said gods, beings from the heavens, with advanced knowledge, able to teach, build, and alter life itself. To ancient humans that would look divine, according to ancient texts like Enoch, the Watchers didn't rebel through pride like Lucifer. They rebelled through interference. They crossed boundaries. They altered humanity. They produced offspring, the Nephilim. This wasn't spiritual temptation. It was biological and cosmic violation. Creation itself was being changed. Here's the detail most people miss. Fallen angels are cast down. They roam, they influence. But the Watchers, they're imprisoned. Jude says they're bound in darkness, awaiting judgment. Why imprison them instead of casting them down? Because what they did wasn't rebellion against authority. It was violation of creation law. What if the flood wasn't just about sin? What if it was containment, a reset, a cleansing of corrupted biology, a firewall against contamination spreading further? God wasn't erasing humanity. He was preserving it. Then Jesus says something chilling. As it was in the days of Noah, so shall it be again. He doesn't say temptation will return. He doesn't say violence alone will return. He points back to those days. Intervention, interference, outside intelligences crossing lines. Angels defend God's kingdom. Humans live inside it. But the Watchers, they observed it. And when observers interfered, the world ended. The question isn't whether they existed. The question is whether they're still watching.